Hello, friends. Getting a little close to the road, eh? Actually, wait a minute. Oh, well, I guess they're parked on the sides, fucking up this entire... Why are y'all fucking up this road? It's a two-lane road. Not anymore, it ain't. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Ooh. Well, I guess we're continuing. So, yeah, it's...
Oh, perfect timing, Yagami-san.
Here's the rest of the story.
And here I was about to go without you. Are you ready to visit Mamiya-san?
Oh, no. What do you mean you don't know? Really? She didn't contact? Okay. She's gonna be like, I was bought off. I was told 100% to do all this. What are we doing?
Well, the best we can hope for is that she'll hear us out.
Uh-huh. Why was that so... Oh! Oh, it's a special area. Wait, so wait. If I had no money, would I not be able to continue the story? I'd have to go and beat someone up first? What do you mean, insane taxi? You just say... Wait, weren't you made by Sega? Or related? You can't say Crazy Taxi? Yeah.
Remember, we're speaking to a victim here, Yagami-san. One whose assailant we defended in court. If we had tried to make an appointment, she probably would have declined outright.
Not sure showing up unannounced is much better. So let's just hope she's willing to talk.
Yes, there's no way around it. It's a risk we had to take.
Well, here goes nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
I'm Shirasaki from the Genda Law Office. The attorney for Mr. Akihiro Ehara.
F off!
You may remember me from the hearings.
Why are you here? Don't you know it's rude to show up at someone's door uninvited?
I understand, but we have a pressing matter that directly concerns you. If we could do this another way, we would. I apologize for any inconvenience.
I'm sorry, but the trial's over and done with. You know I can legally turn you away.
You're right, but I'm only asking a moment of your time. Please, would you mind?
Are we really out of luck? Yes.
I don't have time for this. I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Wait, before you do that. Sorry to butt in. I'm Yagami, a detective helping Saori here out.
And?
Oh, fuck. I mean, sweet talk's not gonna help. Empathize would probably just be like, fuck off. It'd be between these two. I'm gonna go with empathize.
Are you aware of the trending video that's leading people to believe Ehara committed murder?
Damn!
The victim was confirmed to be alive in Yokohama until the morning of your own incident. And since Ehara was on the train with you, they're ruling him out as a murder suspect.
So, what is it you're getting at?
Just trying to ensure you're in the clear from any of that unfortunate business. If we could do this now, we'd never bother you again. All we need is 10 minutes of your time.
How absurd.
We're only trying to help, but if later would work better for you, we could always come back another time. With our supervisor.
Empathize? This is how you
That visit
empathize?
would probably be more formal. There'd be paperwork, audio tapes, you know the drill. You'll want to clear your schedule.
I really don't have time for
This is empathy.
No, I understand, and it's entirely our fault.
We're not. Empathy is
We
putting the
thought we'd do this
screws.
casually, but we really should have been more by the book. But it is a murder case, so we do have to make sure our paperwork is in order here. Now, would you prefer to schedule a date to accommodate a more formal interview?
You said 10 minutes if we do it now, right?
I'll make it as painless as possible.
All right. Hold on.
We really do appreciate it.
Well, I'm impressed. I'm also not sure I should trust a word you say ever again.
Really? I did get us in the door, didn't I?
That's so
I'm joking. I do appreciate the help. Now let's not screw this up. This is likely the only conversation we'll have with Mamiya-san.
Holy fuck. Yagami. I mean, shit.
Hello.
Hi there.
I'm her
Hi.
bodyguard.
Again, we apologize for the intrusion.
Let's just get this over with already.
Okay, bye-bye.
We'll make this quick.
Did you just make the kid sound like Elmira? Not Elmira. What's the other kid? The one from Animaniacs. Oh, the one with the dog, you know, because she's always like, okay, I love you, bye-bye. It's literally the same thing. What should our conversation opener be?
Hey.
They put a nice frame. How adorable. What a horrible trying. Oh, like I can talk. Uh-oh. This here for husband and son. They seem pretty happy. It's the evil.
What the?
Children's bicycle that belongs to the boy we just met. Why would you... Hello? You do that too, huh? I definitely remember we used to do that. We put a aluminum baseball bat right next to the door, just in case. I'm actually really surprised. Yeah, interesting.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh, yeah, okay. Oh no. Wife, mother, office worker, and victim. They got the same train. Oh no.
Suspicious.
How the fuck is a computer suspicious? Why? It's not even relevant. You ain't Columbo. I actually started watching Columbo. The fucker he can answer the fucking Sphinx's riddle. Probably more of his mother. He put in even more nice frames. This kid's pictures all get framed.
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of surprised she's just gonna let you walk around her abode. Not just immediately sit down, but no. I want to see. Why do you have boxes?
Suspicious.
Quite the living. Kitchen is a clear view of the living room. Okay. What are you judging her for that for?
Hey.
They sell this? A, I'm surprised. B, I would imagine this is nowhere near strong enough for a kid. Okay, I mean, maybe they're super strong. Ow! Super strong plastic? What are you hiding back here? Jack shit. They live pretty comfortably. Oh no. Maybe their parents are helping them too. Whatever the case, they're clearly above average income. You're not about to suggest what we're all thinking, are you, Yagami? You kind of just, you know, forced your way in here. Maybe you shouldn't do this. Experienced lawyer. I practiced there too until who you at? Looking at her now. She's even undercover work as a hostess at a popular club. The hell does that have to do with anything with the fucking observations? It's an adorable dog, but nah.
What the?
What do you think you're doing? He just started grade school. Very excited by visitors. But his dad's really? Fucking hell, okay. Fussle. Man, I tell you one thing, I really like Fussle. Oh! Oh, it's a car. See, now you just need to build a kid like a couple of plastic ramps and like obstacles and everything, and that'll do it. Fucking love having those Hot Wheel racer things. Make them jump and everything. Never land on the ramps.
Doc, I've already told the police and the court everything they could want to know about that morning.
I'm sorry to put you through this again, but would you mind going over those details with us?
That would piss me off.
What else is left to discuss?
I understand how pressured you might feel.
I've gone over this so many times. I wonder if pressing charges was even worth it.
No, what you did was both brave and inspirational. Many victims are afraid to come forward for any number of reasons. Your voice might give them courage to find their own.
Ironic. Hearing this from that predator's defense team.
Well, perhaps.
Would you mind walking us through that day from the beginning?
It's nothing so mysterious. I was just on my way to work when some man grabbed my butt. That's all it was.
Nothing else was out of the ordinary that day?
Correct.
They do have their
Not
shoes
to
off.
pry, but where is your husband today?
Still at work? He usually doesn't get home until later. On that note, I have to feed my son, so let's get this wrapped up soon.
We'll try our best to. Moving along. On that day, you and Ahara-san boarded the train bound for Ikebukuro, correct? Had you ever seen the man before then?
No. At least not that I can recall. How many times must I go over this?
For the rest of your life.
The lawyer friend here already knows everything I have to say. What do you gain by getting me to repeat things?
That's the thing. Yagami-san here is a specialist. He can take whatever you repeat, analyze it, and draw up an entirely new conclusion. Right?
Of course. That's exactly why I'm
Oh,
here.
she's questioning it. Yeah, good. Thanks a lot. Now I guess I gotta fix it.
In the
There he
security
is.
footage, as you stepped onto the train, it looks like Ahara-san stepped right behind you. Were you aware of his presence at this point?
I was. It felt like someone kept pushing up against me with no sense of personal boundaries. I remember second-guessing myself at the time, thinking it was normal for the train to be that packed.
Then the train took off while you were stuck in that situation.
Yes. And then I felt the back of his hand against me. It kept getting worse from there, to the point where he went under my skirt. And the pig had the nerve to write it off as an accidental brush on a crowded train. But that kind of touch wasn't accidental. He even grabbed at me.
Truly awful. And I do sympathize. I've also had to turn in an abuser like that.
By punching
Personally
him.
speaking, some men can't wait to debase themselves at the first opportunity.
Why would you say that and look at me?
Oh, I was thinking it. I didn't want
I
to
just
say
stood
it.
there, frozen. I couldn't see who was touching me. I had no idea what to do. I wanted to scream. But what if he just played it off? So I decided I would bear it till the next station.
Are you okay, Mommy?
I'm fine, sweetie. We're just having a bit of grown-up talk. Are you hungry?
Uh-huh.
Then go read your book and wait over there for Mommy. We're almost done.
Kind of feels like he was pushing it constantly to try to get her riled up and actually say something. Well,
You said the abuse lasted the entire 6 minutes between Ikebukuro and Shinjuku Station. Did you see the groper's face at any time during that span?
No. I was too terrified to look. And I thought, even if I did, he'd just pull away and escape. But just as the train was pulling into Shinjuku, I reached back and grabbed the hand on me. That's when I saw his face. Of course, he shook me off as the doors opened, but I'd already gotten a clear look at him. He must have known I could turn him in at that point. So he ran, and I chased after.
Right. That was captured by the station's security cameras.
Great job tailing him in such a crowded space. On that note, did you ever happen to lose sight of Ahara-san while running?
His cat was pretty easy to spot, and no one else was bolting off the platform like that, so I never lost sight of him. At that point, I could feel my voice returning, so I just screamed, "That man grabbed me!"
I'm glad there were good Samaritans nearby.
For sure.
not the evil Samaritan from
There were
Batman.
a lot of smartphones out, so I figured there was no way for him to get away with it. I was so relieved.
I see. I think I've got the gist of it. But now we've got a piece of evidence that contradicts what you've told us.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean?
What contradicts it? There's a path in which... Alright, are you being literal?
Well, on the same day, at 6:30 a.m.
Okay,
in Yokohama,
you're being literal.
a student teacher named Hiro Mikoshiba was sent off to work by his mother. But he was soon abducted near his home, only to be found dead much later in Ijincho.
The kid's right there!
According to the video, Nahara-san here is the murderer.
What?
He killed Mikoshiba in cold blood to get vengeance for his bullied son.
The
This
kid's...
kid was about to graduate high school, but instead, he took his own
He's
life.
8 years old!
So
Or
Ahara took it
6.
upon himself to punish his son's tormentor.
That's awful.
But now we come back to the issue here.
Hey kid, look at this!
If this footage is authentic, then Ahara-san couldn't have been your assailant. The victim's estimated time of death and Ahara-san's time of arrival in Tokyo simply don't allow for it. It's just not possible for someone to make that commute. But there's the flip side. If Ahara-san was in fact your assailant, it would mean this murder footage is a fabrication.
I don't know what you expect me to say after all this.
You did it!
Right? Now you know how we're feeling.
It was you did the
That's
murder.
why we came to see if you had any leads for us.
So that's what this is about.
After hearing your story, I have no doubt you endured a lot that day. Which would obviously mean that murder video is faked.
Then, who shared that video? And why?
Wish I knew. Based on the quality, something this convincing would need quite a budget. Whether it's CG on top of real murder footage, or just a rock-solid AI creation, no way it was cheap. So why go through all this effort to fake a murder? Who would benefit from it?
Why are you telling her
But
this?
I have to say, I feel much closer to piecing this puzzle together with your help today. Thank you very much for your time.
Yes.
Now she
and
knows
rest
too
assured,
much.
This will be the last time you see us. Our apologies for the unexpected visit. And for dredging up unpleasant memories.
2 hours later. Bang, bang, bang!
It's
The
fine.
man in the white mask.
So long as this is really the end of it all.
I can't wait for you to have to go back on your word and be like, we're here! No! You said this was the last one. Why?
I'd like to report Mamiya-san's account to the rest of the team. Can I count on you to be there?
Sure. Let me give Kaito-san a heads up.
All right, then I'll see you there.
I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. Because I know there's going to be like a mass murder or like mass attack. Kind of like the other side.
Hey, I just got back to Kamurocho. Everything good? Any news?
All good here, man. What's with you? You worried Arcade got to me or something?
I mean, they did run their mouths about stabbing us in the back. But if you're good, I'm good. Anyway, I'm heading to Genda so Sari-san and I can go over what we learned from Mamiya.
You're the boss. As for me, I'm calling it a day.
You do that.
I love their dynamic. You do what? That's not what. Unless that's supposed to be your wallet. It might be, actually. Friends, let's speak about fucking nonsense. Hiya, pal!
Are we ready, Yagami-san? Let's start with our visit to Mamiya-san, if that sounds reasonable to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's start there.
Please tell me this isn't a puzzle.
So, the victim's story is completely in line with her court testimony, huh?
That's correct. There wasn't anything new to pick up.
Unfortunately.
In which case, Should we look into the murder video instead? Like, figure out how they made it?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Whether that tape's fake or real, someone had to put it online, right? Do we have any theories on who that might be?
You look pretty close.
Well, the footage showed enough of the surroundings to make the crime scene clear. As somebody who's been there, I can confirm that the blood splotches match what you see in the footage. Which means...
Who did it? Well, doesn't make sense for them to.
the murderer's accomplices have to be the ones who posted it for him.
Yeah, I can't see it any other way.
I also agree with Yagami-san.
But in that case, what would their motive be?
Maybe they wanted to make a mockery of the police, or even the whole system.
Huh?
We know Ihara got himself convicted for groping, so he'd have an alibi for Mikoshiba's killing. But then, his conspirators turned it around by uploading the murder video online. Almost as if to say, look how he got away with it.
I see. Yeah, that does make it sound like he's taunting them.
That's well and good, but I'd like to shift gears. Let's talk about the actual fabrication of the video. How does one go about that?
Well, for example, the true culprit would be taped murdering Mikoshiba. Then Ihara's face would be copied and blended onto the killers. That's how they'd approach it in a Hollywood movie.
But then, wouldn't you be able to see traces of it being faked?
Tsukumo-san reported that he's found nothing of the sort in his analysis.
We've been down this road before. If we take the stance that the footage is fabricated, we have absolutely nothing to work with.
Then let's tackle this from the stance that the video's actually real. If that's the case, there has to be a flaw in the groping issue. I think we've collected enough evidence to find it.
You still think she's wrong?
So, what does this do for us?
Once Ihara entered the Ikebukuro gates at 7:43 a.m. and stepped onto the platform, he was continuously monitored on camera.
Except for one bit.
But if he really killed Mikoshiba at 7:30 like we saw, there's no way he could have reached Ikebukuro in time. That would mean the person in the footage isn't Ihara, but an impersonator.
So that's not really him?
Yeah. He's got the sunglasses and hat to help sell the disguise.
Wait, if that's the case, after murdering Mikoshiba, wouldn't Ihara have to swap places with the stand-in sometime before being detained? But we didn't see any opportunity for that. Multiple cameras saw Ihara move right up to Mamiya-san as they board the train in Ikebukuro. And the onboard camera recorded them for the entire commute. Not only was the act caught on tape, but his failed escape from the scene was recorded as well. Ultimately, Ihara was pinned down before leaving Mamiya-san's sight, so she had an eye on him the whole time.
Right. So the current belief is that Ihara was caught on camera the entire time he was at the station.
But wait, that's not entirely accurate, is it?
Huh?
Correct. Aha! See? Now's the time.
Remember how we mocked up a diagram of the Shinjuku station platform?
I was thinking too early.
Yeah. Oh, wait! That's it! You could be onto something. There's a point where Ihara wasn't on camera at all.
What is this point you speak of?
Let's all go over the diagram so that everything will be clear. Here's what I want you to see.
Immediately after leaving the train, took the right, and there's a blank spot.
Hey. It's very
Was that
brief,
necessary?
but there's a moment where Ihara and Mamiya-san can't be seen by the security cameras. The dotted lines on the arrow represent the camera's blind spot.
It does appear so. So you're saying this is where the groper, the fake Ihara, traded places with the real one?
Can't say it's impossible, right?
Right. Except if that actually happened, Mamiya-san would have been right behind them at the time. Could the two really swap places without her noticing?
In a crowd like that, I think it's feasible.
If that really was Ihara's plan, then I'd say he was being careless.
Careless? How?
Well, on the day of the incident, the station was packed for morning rush hour. That means there was no solid guarantee the assailant could make the switch. He could have been nailed by any random passerby before reaching the blind spot.
Good point. Not only that, if Mamiya-san had called for help while the train was still moving,
Not unless they
then
planted,
the first Ihara would have been caught before even reaching.
not
the
unless they
platform.
planted people in the front.
I mean, yeah. Called it.
Then that way they
Think
can
about
guarantee
it,
no one's gonna
Mamiya-san.
catch him. At
Why
least in
would
the beginning.
Ihara's accomplices meticulously plan out every last detail of this alibi, only to leave such a crucial component to chance, as Hoshino-kun pointed out?
Oh, just doing my job.
True. Good work, Hoshino-kun. In fact, I think that may back up my own take on it.
Yeah?
What if everything, including the appearance of leaving the plan to chance, was part of the plan?
Can you expound on that?
I'm saying I agree that such an airtight alibi wouldn't have allowed for contingencies. And that takes the question to another level. Just how far did they line up the pieces in advance to make the swap work?
Are you saying there's more to it than we discussed? What did we miss?
What if everything was planned from start to finish? What can we deduce? Oh! You know, maybe. I'm pretty sure no.
Mikoshiba was actually murdered in Kamurocho. The place used in the murder footage, maybe it was dressed up to look like the vacant building in Ijincho. That way, the murder could have taken place less than 13 minutes from Ikebukuro.
I don't mean to shoot you down, but I just don't think that's feasible.
So, no?
If you want a yes or no answer, it's a no.
Was that all? You made it sound like you had this whole thing figured out.
No, hang on. Something just hit me.
I'm about to say, did I just get
Ihara
fucked over?
secured his alibi for the murder by swapping with a stand-in at the Shinjuku Station blind spot. For them to be able to pull that off, a certain possibility comes to mind.
Right, so what exactly would that be?
Oh, you dicks! Fuck you.
I know this won't go over well, but what if Mamiya was colluding with Ihara all along?
Huh?
Bear with me. Let's say Mamiya was in on this, and knew about the imposter in advance. If that's the case, the swap could happen right in front of her, and no one but the three of them would know.
The whole apartment
You're
was saying
the
that.
victim of a groping conspired with her assailant beforehand? That's ridiculous.
I have to consider the possibility. Yay!
Let me just say, I'm only trying to work out how a swap like that would be guaranteed to work. Now, if Ihara and his stand-in both know that Mamiya will pretend not to have seen them, they can trade places in the blind spot with impunity. Conversely, if Mamiya wasn't in on the plan, the idea of a swap would never work. We can say with certainty that she would have seen the swap, so... She could have even called attention to the real Ihara the moment he stepped in. That way, the people around her would be focused on chasing the correct assailant. The rest is as we know it. They caught Ihara and detained him until the police showed up.
Hold that thought. If your theory is accurate, what about Ihara's trace evidence? Remember that fibers of the victim's underwear were detected on his hand.
The faces
Well,
on the background
That can
characters.
also be explained by Mamiya being in on the plan. For example, while the stand-in was showing himself at the security cameras, Mamiya could have easily provided Ihara access to a pair of underwear at the same time. Maybe the stand-in loitered around for so long because he was letting everyone else get themselves in place.
It's not impossible.
We can work out the other details later. But the point is, Ihara's murder alibi is shot if Mamiya was involved. And In summary, it's possible Ihara disgraced himself to secure an unshakable alibi for Mikushiba's murder.
I'll concede that it's an avenue worth pursuing.
And when it comes to the prosecution, they can't just admit they got the first case so wrong. Plus, they can't question Ihara about Mikushiba's murder. In fact, their only option is to claim the tape was faked.
So he managed to make a farce out of the system after all.
I mean,
Well, his court case for his son's bullying did get more or less thrown out, didn't it? The school, the investigative committee, and the court all agreed there wasn't enough evidence to convict anyone. No surprise for me that the guy held a grudge against the system for so long.
Hold on. Before we all decide on this,
What's up?
the obvious question to me is why would Mamiya be party to such a crime? She appears more than financially stable, and she's even raising a child. So why would she do something so enormously risky as helping establish a murder alibi?
Yeah, I haven't gotten that far yet. But maybe she was promised something that far exceeds the risk. Or maybe Ihara has some kind of dirt on her even?
Enough to make her help with a murder? What sort of secret would be big enough to force someone into that corner?
53-year-old patrolman and a married office working mother. You're not about to.
What info do we have on Mamiya anyway? Maybe we can spot a connection to Ihara through her profile.
I'll pull her information. Just a
I
second.
was saying, I'm waiting for the shoe to drop, and this is just a boulder slowly rolling down the hill.
Something else those two would have guaranteed by working together.
What's that?
If Ihara wanted to use this crime as a murder alibi, he needed it to blow up into the public eye. But if he had chosen a victim who stayed silent, then nothing would have come of it. A solid plan would need to eliminate that variable.
Someone's in on it, so for sure they
Means
yell
Mamiya
about it.
Being an accomplice was crucial to Ihara's success.
Damn you and your experience, old man!
Looks like Ihara pulled one over on the prosecution then. Had his accomplices right where he wanted them.
Fuck.
Even his victim.
He had to come in and just torpedo everything, being like,
Once we know
ha
Ihara's connected to Mamiya, we can root out the rest of his team.
Let's see. According to her file, her maiden name is Yui Suzuki. 30 years old, so that's consistent. Originally from Ota, Tokyo. Attended a private high school called Kurakawa Academy. Later graduated from Toto University.
Huh.
Met her husband on the job, apparently. Her husband, Taichi Mamiya, is an industrial designer at Techno Zeta Inc. 6 years ago, she gave birth to their only son, Sotakun, who's now in first grade.
Hold on. You said she went to Kurakawa Academy? I heard that name in Ijincho. If I recall correctly...
Oh, goody! Someone spying on me went there? Was it Kurakawa? I don't think it was. I think it started with an S.
That's not where Tsukuma went, was it? Before, you know, closing himself off to the world?
Nah, Tsukumo-san studied remotely. He told me that when we were out having drinks one night.
Wait. Tsukuma went out drinking with you?
Yeah, we had fun.
What did you guys even talk about?
Hey, why am I getting grilled all of a sudden?
This took a fucking...
I agree. This is nowhere near relevant. Yagami-san, what were you saying about Kurokawa Academy?
Oh, right.
So was it actually the name of the school? I thought it started with an S.
Didn't I just go there to investigate a bullying? Or am I losing it?
That's Seiryou.
Yeah, I thought so!
That's what it was. Why did I think they sound similar?
I could ever... Someone spying on me went there? Who?
When I went to scope out the murder scene, there were these three guys watching the detectives and me.
Forgot
They
about
told us
them.
they were just checking things out. But they mentioned they're Kurakawa grads too.
You have any idea?
I completely forgot about that.
Will my license work? Kake-san, age 30.
Akaike-san, age 30. Mommy is 30 as well.
What's that got to do with anything? Aren't we trying to find a connection between Mamiya and Ihara?
I found the Kurokawa Academy website. Looks like they're pretty prestigious. It's in Tokyo, specifically in Ota. Pretty close to where Mamiya lived. Oh,
What?
the girls there get such cute uniforms.
You little... You want to start all over from the bar exam?
Wait,
I love that
I've
old
seen
culture.
that uniform before too, actually.
Where?
On an old picture of a teacher at Seiryo High. Sawa-sensei. Ihara's son had confided in her.
Oh, good. Oh no, the spider
Is she
webs!
actually a Kurokawa grad too?
Everyone's in on it. Even she did it. She's the one who
I don't
murdered
know
it.
Sawa-sensei's exact age, but she could well be 30. Maybe all of them were even classmates.
Could this mean they're actually linked? The victim and her up-to-now unrelated assailant?
It's a tenuous link at best. Could fall apart any time. But no true detective alive would pass it up.
Here's a straw. Grasp at it. That's all we got. Really? It's a new chapter? When the hell am I gonna get to the boxing area? All this time and I still haven't gotten
A
the boxing.
previously unseen link is established between the groper and the victim. Charting out their relationship is akin to tracing a spider's web. But with each false thread ruled out, only the improbable truth remains. Ihara orchestrated the groping as a diversion. And by tarnishing his name, he secures both an alibi and his ultimate revenge.
Mwahaha.
Hiro Mikoshiba's
Oh.
murder was
Oh,
sparked
no,
by
you really
bullying
did.
Toshiro Ihara, who committed suicide 4 years ago.
Well,
A graphic video that hit the net showed the world how Toshiro's father, Akihiro Ihara, had brutally avenged his son.
welcome to Lost Judgment, the movie,
We
apparently.
also know the father had accomplices. On October 7th at 6:30 a.m., they forced Mikoshiba into a vehicle, took him to an abandoned building, and gravely injured him. Then, around 7:30 a.m., the time frame when Ihara killed Mikoshiba, the other conspirators were probably nearby, even though they weren't on camera.
At the same time, 30 kilometers away at Ikebukuro Station, a man who looks like Ihara is caught on camera. We'll call that guy the stand-in. The stand-in made sure he was in front of the cameras for more than an hour before boarding the 9:06 a.m. train, the same one Yui Mamiya was on. After committing sexual battery on that train, he meets the real Ihara in the camera's blind spot, and they change places. That's how he established a false alibi for Mikoshiba's murder. And to achieve this, the victim, Yui Mamiya, had to have been in on it from the start.
Sure are a lot of people getting their hands dirty for Ihara. Mamiya, Ihara's stand-in on the train, the guys who kidnapped Mikoshiba. How did some troubled cop manage to recruit so many allies?
Well, one person that comes to mind who might be the key to all this is Yoko Sawa. She's a teacher at Seiryo High.
You
She was
make
the only adult Toshiro-kun ever told about the bullying, and she supervised Mikoshiba as a teacher before he disappeared.
you made her have a nervous breakdown.
On
You're
top
about to
of
drag
that,
her into
She's a
more shit.
Kurokawa Academy graduate, same as Mamiya. Those trespassers at the murder scene were also from Kurokawa. Since they're all about the same age, it's possible they were all classmates.
So you're saying these classmates are also Ihara's murder accomplices?
If we consider Yoko Sawa the central link, that's very possible. We do know that as a teacher, she felt deep remorse for Toshiro-kun's suicide. Maybe she recruited her old classmates to help Ihara take his revenge.
Oh,
Best not to rule that out. Though I'm hoping that's not the case.
holy shit!
Why
That's
is that?
It's just, She's a really good teacher. She's passionate, responsible. She's always putting the students first.
Good.
I know she regrets the past. A student died on her watch.
You really are!
And now
Oh,
another
fuck.
of her students, Shiba, is found murdered. So if it turns out she's involved in that,
Fuck your emotions.
I doubt I'll be able to trust my own judge of character ever again.
Yagami.
I'm going back to Ijincho tomorrow. The plan is to bring up Mamiya's name to Sawa-sensei and see how she reacts. Until then, let's not jump to conclusions about her involvement.
All right.
Can I chime in real quick? I was looking into Kurakawa Academy and I stumbled across something that may be relevant.
What's that?
Well, it happened 13 years ago, but there was an attempted suicide. A third year jumped off the school's roof after being thoroughly humiliated.
Oh, good. Even more?
Actually, Sawa-sensei mentioned that. She said it was a boy in her class.
Right, that's gotta be
slightly
the same
remember that.
case then. The student's name was Mitsuru Kusamoto. He's 30 now, but still in a coma.
Huh, and all that info's on the net?
It wouldn't be normally, but his mother happens to be Vice Minister of the Ministry of Health. Ever heard the name Reiko Kusamoto?
Not once.
I have. It was on the news. They were talking about her and her son.
Vice ministers, so...
Well, do you remember the uproar in the health ministry when Vice Minister Ichinose got arrested? Apparently, his successor couldn't contain the resulting chaos, which is when Kusamoto-san got tapped to lead. They couldn't afford another criminal scandal, so her promotion was out of the blue. She was a safe choice, a veteran with tenure and experience. Not to mention, her son's tragedy made people see her as a more sympathetic figure. Very popular. She's kind of a new generation heroine, so to speak.
We found the face of the
Is
villain.
any of that relevant to the case at hand, though?
Who knows? But Reiko Kusamoto and Ahara both have children who were bullying victims. I don't think that's a connection we can afford to overlook, if you ask me.
Okay, so Kusamoto's son. What exactly happened to him?
Let's see. He was bullied by a fellow third year at his school, Shinya Kawai. The records say he harassed Mitsuru-kun every day, in and out of school. Well, one time he even stuffed dirty rags in his mouth.
Fuck.
That's so cruel.
Yeah, and the teacher was a real piece of work. Apparently he knew, but he just smirked and said, "Don't overdo it."
Oh, I remember now. The media pounced on that one hard.
If they were classmates, then both Sawa-sensei and Mamiya would know about this.
And maybe because they couldn't save Mitsuru-kun, their guilt left them open to Ahara's persuasion.
But to prove that, we'll have to hear from them directly. I'll talk to Sawa-sensei first thing tomorrow.
That'd be helpful. In the meantime, I'll be working on Ahara's appeal. It's clear they missed something important in the trial, since Ahara is apparently innocent of sexual battery. Being that he was out committing murder at the time.
What started as a simple harassment case sure has blown up big.
Fuck. I was joking, but apparently no.
I admit, but I guess that's what he wanted us to believe.
Hey, Sawa-sensei, does the name Yui mean anything? Ah, bitch! She squeal on me. I swear I'll get her back. Damn, this really was just one big-ass cutscene. It's been like 40 minutes. I can hear my downstairs neighbors, all their families coming in, and it's like, no! I need to get some murder in. You'll do. Hi, friends. Ow. I love that little jump thing. Ooh. Here, have a friend. like how he was scared and then immediately blocked. Bastard. I'm sorry. What was that? What was that pause time thing? What? Alright, enough of that. We're good. Get the hell out of the way! All of you! No. Damn it! I refuse! No more cutscenes for me!
Hell yeah!
Could you imagine just someone just riding on a skateboard just does that out in the middle of nowhere?
Let's go!
Just clears a human-sized jump.
Hell yeah!
That's... I might have been a little distracted and didn't even bother looking at the minimap. Welcome to Club Sega. Why here? Oh. Oh god, I haven't been here forever. I completely forgot that this is the original, this is the original area. What do you have? A shinobi sensation in the shadows has been quite... A dojo? Did I not accept that? He's up in a dojo, but now he has a rival. It's time for us to kill the said rival. Murder them all. Cleared why don the costumes, cool stories, biker gang progress, retrieve the item box, main story. What? Why haven't you done enough side stories? I've done so many fucking side stories. I can't because the stupid cats won't give me the cats refuse. They cycle so that you can't befriend one of them at a time, and it's just like, why? Why'd you even bother sleeping on the couch?
Wait a minute. What?
Yo, took your sweet time. But I got the gist of it. You're going to Ijincho, right? To meet with Sawa-sensei?
Hey, they animated the handle of the
You
cup.
do realize that only I can meet her. You can't get into the school.
I know, but if you end up taking it off campus, can you at least call me this time?
Don't you understand the situation? Sawa-sensei might be tied to murder.
You sure you understand it? Come on, she would never do that.
Cough, cough.
That a fact?
So happens I'm a great judge of character. Especially when it comes to women.
Oh, sometimes I forget who I'm talking to.
You love it, though. I see that fucking smirk. Don't you pretend to be sickened by that. Here you go. You get money for walking. Well, time to go to Ijincho and start ruining this girl's life again. She had a fucking nervous breakdown. But that's not enough. We need to push. She's gonna end up fucking jumping off the roof at this point. Just constantly berating her. It's like, you knew! Or even different. Maybe she'll have an assassin hired after her. Already had those assholes come after the other two detectives. You've gotten too close, Yagami. It's time for murder. I feel like I've done nothing. Because it's just been a cutscene for 40 minutes. I'm almost out of time already. Oh, good, even more. Welcome to cutscene 7.
Well, first stop, it's gotta be Chinatown. Can't face Tsukumo on an empty stomach.
Never a dull day for you, huh, Kaito-san?
It's a selection, man. I've already worked out the math. I figure if I hit 4 or 5 places a day...
Uh-oh.
What? What's up?
Check that out. It's Akutsu.
Kamurocho thugs are looking pretty out of place here.
Yo! Akutsu! What are you fools doing in town? Hey, don't ignore me. It's Kaito. Fancy seeing you here.
After everything that happened?
I'm kind of busy here, man. Catch you later.
Yeah.
What an asshole. Jinsho's a long way from home. And he's traveling with a small army.
Would he have come all this way because of us?
Nah, we just caught him totally off guard. He's not out here for us. Gotta be something else.
But something's not right if they're just cruising around.
Oh, good. We're gonna get find Sawa Sensei buried 5 feet underground.
It's gotta be an RK operation. He brought too many guys for it to be something more personal.
Yeah. Kamurocho's streets can be tough. Maybe they gave up. Well, whatever they came out here to do, we ought to keep our noses the hell out of their business. But you better hustle. You're gonna be late for class. I'll catch you after school.
Oh, good. Thanks. So when the entire army comes after me, huh? We have an army coming after me. We're about to ruin a teacher's life. Cause her to have another fucking mental breakdown. Everything's going peachy keen, ain't it? Oh well. It'll be fine. It's Thanksgiving. We're gonna have ourselves a fuck ton of food and be done with it. No turkey though, because apparently everyone's against turkey this year. It's weird. I like turkey, but I like actual turkey, like chunks of it. Turkey slices is like, yeah, it's something, but it's not. There's just not enough substance, you know. Why am I even grabbing these coins? It's not. I even found a place where I can use them. Hi, friend. These stupid fucking squirrels. What are you even for? They're numbered and they have like expressions, so it's like you're for something. Why won't you tell me what you're for? Why? I'm gonna be mad if it's gonna be later on. It's like, hey, welcome to the super secret side quest. If you find one of my squirrel things, Bunny will fuck you. You gotta bond with the cats. You gotta bond with the cats so you can find the fucking hidden ramen shop. But no! No, the cats don't. Oh, you're fine. The cats don't give two shits. Oh, it is down there. Why weren't you highlighting this earlier? She's not gonna be there. Oh, shit. Oh, good. Oh, this is gonna turn out great already. I can just tell.
What is it, Yagami-san?
Sensei, do you have a minute?
Please no. Please no.
Saw the video of Mikoshiba-kun.
Oh, good.
So you did. That video, right?
Remember me, bitch?
Harusan was convicted for a sex offense. How could he be in that video killing Mikoshiba-kun? But then that video looked so real.
When I killed your student, I looked just
Most
like
likely it is.
this!
As you unfortunately have to witness, Harusan committed murder with his own 2 hands. Which means as far as the groping that day goes, there's some deception at work.
Deception?
Are you familiar with the Harusan's victim in the case? Her name is Yui Mamiya.
That bitch!
I don't think I recognized her, no.
Oh.
13 years ago, she attended Kurakawa Academy. Her maiden name is Yui Suzuki.
Yui Suzuki? Just a minute. Are you saying she was the one Harusan groped?
Uh-oh.
So you do know her then? Were you 2 classmates?
We were, in our 3rd year of high school.
Oh, what a
I had
coincidence!
hunch. You didn't know she was the victim of that whole incident?
I mean, it's just so hard to believe.
Does this all seem like a wild coincidence to you then? Your old student's father gropes one of your high school classmates at a station with 3 million daily travelers.
What are you implying?
I'm saying your old friend Yui might be cooperating with the Harusan, as in she only played the part of a victim She might have even known it was all to hide a murder.
What? But why? Why would she do that for him?
She doesn't seem to know any connection. Well. Wow. Wow. Even in the back of your mind, it's like, But yeah, granted, he does need to be aware like that. Ah! We're on the train to destroying her sanity. Chew fucking chew.
From where I'm sitting, Sensei, you're connected to Ahara and Yui Mamiya. I just need your help figuring out what that connection is.
Yagami-san, please. Are you implying I was some kind of liaison between them?
Well, Sensei, what was your relationship with Yui Mamiya? Were you close? Or would you say classmates covers it?
The two of us were never really that close. To be honest, I didn't really like the group of kids she hung out with. I guess you could say we didn't have the same interests.
When was the last time you saw her? Did you have a high school reunion by any chance?
They held a reunion around the time I graduated from college, but I didn't feel like going. That same class bullied a kid into jumping off the roof.
So if that's the case, you haven't seen any of your classmates since you all graduated from Kurokawa?
That's right.
Okay then. The thing is, Ahara-san and Mamiya are connected. It is kind of loose, but it's there. They have one thing in common.
You!
In both of their pasts, someone they knew was bullied to the point of attempting or committing suicide. Ahara-san lost his son, Toshiro-kun, and as for Yui Mamiya, it's her classmate, Mitsuru Kusamoto. That could be a factor, especially for Mamiya. It's possible that Ahara-san would be a sympathetic figure to her. Maybe enough to help construct an alibi for his revenge. It's possible she only played the part of a groping victim. What do you think? Does it have any merit, or is my theory full of holes?
Even if you're on the right track...
Sawa-sensei? We're just waiting on you to start the staff meeting.
Oh, sorry, I'll be right there.
What happened 13 years ago at Kurokawa? That might be the last piece of the puzzle. What about Yui Mamiya? How'd she react when Mitsuru Kusamoto tried to kill himself by jumping off that roof?
I'm sorry, I'm already late for my meeting.
Oh good, you're doing this
I'm trying to ask
again.
you about a murder here. To Ahara, every unanswered question is a victory for that man. He's only a step away from walking for it. And I know Mamiya had other conspirators. It took more than one person to murder Mikoshiba. They're still at large, even as we speak. I'll be honest. I came here today with the suspicion that you might be more involved in this murder than you're letting on.
A suspicion?
Nothing you've said has made me feel any better about it.
And what should I do about that, huh?
I just want you to tell me, how are Ahara-san and Mamiya connected beyond what I've already figured out? I think you have the key to that answer, even if you don't know that you're the one holding it. It's like a lock, and until I figure out how to get through it, I'm gonna keep picking at it.
I told you, I'm late for a meeting.
I'll be here when you get back. Have a good meeting.
Suit yourself.
There it goes again. Getting real close to breaking again. I'll take the win. Was that a win? Shit. Leave the high school. Contract a psychiatrist. Cause fuck. You want to get the super secret ending? You gotta go to the roof at this point so you can stop her from jumping. Listen, alright? That's the main plot of a lot of this thing going on right now. I swear if I leave out here and it zooms up to the fucking roof, I'm gonna fucking scream. You wouldn't do that, right? It's not that mean. Okay, good. Phone. I was gonna tell sorry about all this. You know, that whole one thing I learned.
Hey, Sari-san? It's Yagami.
Hey, did you manage to talk to Sawa-sensei?
Yeah, turns out she really was in Mamiya's class. And they were both aware of the suicide incident with their classmate.
Good to know. While we're on the topic, Hoshino-kun got his hands on some new info.
Uh-oh.
Let's hear it.
The bully at Kurokawa High was named Shinya Kawai. He transferred out right after Mitsuru-kun jumped, as if he were running away. Once he came of age, it looks like he worked here in Kamurocho.
Wow. You really can find a lot online.
Yes, and to top it off, Kawhi earned a reputation for talking about how he drove a classmate to suicide. Like he's proud of it. Maybe he thought he'd get a laugh in Kamurocho.
Is he in the arcade?
Probably would.
Kawhi was more or less a Yakuza, though he never swore into it. I just sent you his picture. It was taken 5 years ago.
Well, that was a fucking... Oh my
This guy.
god, really?
Recognize him?
Not too long ago, some RK punks came asking his whereabouts. Said he was a girls' bar manager who went missing.
Yeah, it looks like he did work at a girl's bar. But we don't know which one.
Okay, so the guy's definitely suspicious. What business would RK have with him?
Do you know if they ever found him?
No. But their leader, Soma, said something about Kawhi having already been killed. Like he just vanished from Kamurocho a few years ago, and that was it.
Wait, he was killed?
Uh-huh. Kinda gives me deja vu now that I think about it. Here you have Kawhi and Mikoshiba, two known school bullies. And they both end up murder victims?
For a number of reasons. It's not rare for people to disappear in Kamurocho. Usually the trouble is money or women. Maybe that was the case for Kawhi.
Could be.
Okay. We'll investigate Kawhi a bit more on our end. With RK asking around, word on the street will be loud enough to hear.
I guess he had a point to existing, because that picture kind of came out of nowhere. Oh no. No, this is not the shoe I want to drop.
How was it, Saori-san? What did Yagami-san have to say?
He said he recently ran into some RK members looking for Shinya Kawhi.
Did he?
He also said RK later told him Kawhi had been killed.
This is getting scarier with every new lead.
Now that you mention it, I have seen people getting stopped and asked about someone all over town. But if those were RK on the hunt for Kawhi, could it have something to do with our case as well?
Wait. I'm not controlling her, am I? Putting aside the connection, why is RK suddenly so involved?
I'm honestly not sure how RK could be involved in all this. I'm going out for a bit, Hoshino-kun. Do me a favor and keep digging up what you can on Kawhi.
Wait, what?
Sometimes you have to get out in the field. It can't just be Yagami-san all the time.
Oh shit, really? None of the apps, though. Look for RK, guys.
You mean you're going straight to RK for some answers?
What else would I be doing? I need to know why they were looking for Kawhi.
Then I'm coming with. I can't just let you do that alone.
Don't worry. It's still light out, and I plan on staying in the open. Besides, if I'm alone, they'll be more eager to talk.
That may be, but still, I'll just call you about every 10 minutes then. For your safety.
I find that rather unnecessary.
You sure?
I kind of have to side with him. Why the fuck are you going to RK? The ex-Yakuza members who are now more thugs. They're hard to divide by appearance alone. Yeah. You know the... Please don't. Please don't. I'm scared as to who you're gonna have show up. Bartender, in the first place Yagami-san worked at when he arrived in the city. The owner, Masuda, has always had his ear to the ground. I'm sure I could ask him where to meet RK members. You want to meet RK members? Why? What, are you fucking crazy? Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Hiya, pal. Oh, this is a swanky joint when you have them in
is
glass.
That Sari-chan I see. To what do I owe this pleasure?
Nice to see you too.
Oh, hi.
Say, aren't you one of Talk's lawyer friends? Does that mean he's on his way too?
It's just me today.
Fine by me. That means you and I get some girl talk time.
Oh, that stings, Mari. And here I thought I had a place in your heart.
Well, no one knows a lady's heart like a bartender. I guess you can stay.
I'm sure I can keep up with each other, but I better order a drink if I need to ask questions.
Let's see.
Block
All
party?
these bottles got you feeling lost? Care for a few pours from Tox? It'll be our secret. Besides, a man with his tab can't complain.
You're too kind. So I'm actually here to ask you, how can I set up a meeting with RK?
Darn. So this wasn't a pleasure call? Well, I'm glad you're at least enjoying the drink.
True. And looking fancy doing it.
Oh, please. You two are going to embarrass me.
My apologies. I suppose being surrounded by such beauties has a timeless appeal. Even at my age.
Y'all's words are
I'll
thick as
second
molasses.
that.
Holy shit.
Masuda here is looking at least a year younger.
Fuck,
Was
man.
that supposed to be a compliment?
I kind of feel sick
Of
just being
course.
around. Please.
If you got any
Lord.
younger, you'd be much too handsome. What's a girl to say?
And I'll second that.
This isn't good. I'm getting so relaxed I might forget about work.
Anyhow, if you're after an RK rendezvous, the good news is those guys are everywhere. But it's not like a civilian can just stroll up and ask, "Hey, are you RK?" and expect to get an answer.
Yes, you can. Just
got
you
that
could get
right.
punched.
And Saori-chan needs to ask them something that's kind of sensitive. Oh, that's certainly going to make things challenging.
Just a bit, yeah.
So I say, why not let the boys do the chasing? Wouldn't be hard for an enchantress like you. But honey, we need to do something about your look.
I was waiting
Some
for
nice
it.
clothes and a little makeup, and you'd be unstoppable.
Finally, my turn to second something.
I suppose I would need to look approachable.
Talk told me once that if you ever felt like it, Saori-chan, you could put every hostess in Kamurocho to shame.
Uh-oh.
I've got to admit, I'm curious.
Well, a good hawk hides her talons.
You're saying I should dress like a hostess for this?
Okay, she used the better word.
I'm sure there are other ways. But if you want a foolproof plan to snag an RK, you've got one.
Oh, if you want, I can get you some looks. And you can choose what you like.
Oh no.
I get the message.
Oh no.
And I suppose I'll take you up on that.
Makeover
Okay.
session!
Then leave the rest to me.
Regret. You fuck what? I was joking. You look like a. Ugh, you know what? Never mind. No. No. No! I'm going with a good old standby because I actually like that just due to the color. What do you mean change the color? Screw you. Oh, I don't like this. Help. This is just reminding me of. Oh, well, what the cabaret mission. There. Why? Yeah, I know. It's just, Listen, some things are just not meant for. Holy shit! I will go with that. Go a little less. And the music started. I guess my time's up. Oh, Why are you always a choice? Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna subject y'all to this. We're just gonna end it here. Fuck it. Yes, we're done. I like how the music was on up until I got out of this. And then it's just like, okay, now we're gonna stop. Because, you know, we...
Would you look at that? Doc was right on the money. I couldn't have imagined.
You sure about that, Mari-san? I hardly feel comfortable wearing this in front of you.
What are you saying? You're so pretty.
I wouldn't say so.
Really?
Oh.
You're dynamite.
So embarrassed. They're all... Good lord.
There is one thing that's missing.
Your stance.
What's that?
Your posture.
Pride.
Yep.
That's the final touch you need. Pride in your own beauty.
Well, I'm not sure I have that.
Then how about your pride as a lawyer? You have that, don't you?
As a lawyer?
Oh no, the dominating look. Oh no!
Yes. There it is. Go ahead and take a look.
So instead of walking around as a princess, you're gonna walk around as a queen.
Now that's the face of a girl who gets the man she wants.
I don't like this.
It's been a while since I've felt this way. I have you to thank for that.
Help.
These bad boys won't know what hit them. Now, let's go dangle the bait.
Help!
You mean us, right?
You bet. Two nightlife girls like us alone on the street literally brings the RK boys running. Especially along Senryo Avenue. Why don't we take a walk?
Are you sure? I don't want to drag you into this.
Are you kidding? And miss the chance to see this makeover in action?
Also, she's a secret assassin,
Really.
you just don't know.
I want you to succeed. I promise I won't be a bother.
If RK guys approach us, we'll reel them in. Then we can drill them. Alright, so it sounds like the festivities are beginning, so... Yep. I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching the movie, apparently, because this was all cutscenes. So yeah, y'all have a good one, and happy Thanksgiving, even though you're not going to see this for a while. Bye.